You may now begin your presentation.
Estoy enamorado de mi Puerto Rico. 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 Qué linda es la patria donde nací. Qué linda es la canción de mi coquí. Qué linda es su cultura. Qué linda es la poesía y su negrura. Qué linda es.
Our story begins 3 years ago at Singapore. Just three of us, just wondering what is the real meaning of SIFE? Just thinking where ideas can take us. And we will tell you, in the past 3 years, we have created sustainable economic solution for more than 20,000 individuals.
Invested more than 27,000 volunteer hours and reinvested over $500,000 back to our economy. We empower communities to change their quality of life and standard of living. We change our own life.
But still, there are many Latin American and Caribbean countries that are facing the most outrageous economic and social crisis in years. But we decide to look beyond that reality to serve as an instrument for the economic, social, and environmental development of our region.
Good afternoon. My name is Rafael Rivera and I'm looking beyond communities' barriers.
Buenas tardes, I'm Yashira Rosa and I'm looking beyond our university crisis.
Hola, my name is Francis Reyes and I'm looking beyond the social and economic bridges in Latin America.
Hi, my name is Antonio Rivera, and I'm looking beyond environmental distress.
Good afternoon. My name is Daniel Rodriguez. I'm looking beyond financial boundaries.
Saludos, my name is Maria O. Correa and I'm looking beyond discrimination and stereotypes. Joining our presentation, the media team.
For the past year, SIFE UPRH has responded to the market changes with diligence and accountability. Today, we are going to share with you the stories of 4 of our 6 programs to show you how we empower the people in need to improve their quality of life and raise their standard of living.
I would like to take a moment to revise the structure of our presentation. Let's take a look at our area report. There, you will have one section for each of the programs in the same order that will be presented. For each one, we design a diagram in which you may observe our implementation process.
Also, we will discuss the purpose of the program, community profiles, needs, measurable impact, and future plans based on the economic, social, and environmental factors. But most important, you will witness how we empower our communities to see beyond their realities and improve their own lives.
With over 100 years of history, the University of Puerto Rico is the leading academic institution in the island, ahead in research, arts, and sciences, with over 60,000 students and countless alumni that make professional and intellectual contributions local and international. We are proud to be part of this institution. But this picture has a scar, a huge dependency in government funds, in the middle of the worst economic distress in the island. The result, a reduction of more than 25% of the operational budget, a decrease of courses, academic offerings, personnel and faculty cutbacks. A hostile environment was born. Strikes, conflicts, confrontations, and the intervention of accreditation agencies, risking the operations of our campus. 11 campuses in crisis. But we decided to see beyond that reality and put our efforts to support our campus needs and to empower the university community in the solution of this crisis. After all, changing the world should start at home.
At the beginning, we made a proper analysis and prioritized our goals in order to create initiatives that respond to the real needs. This was done through institutional document, government services, and meeting with the stakeholders, making SIFE an integral part of our university procedures. This year, we focused our efforts creating new sources of funds, reduce operational costs, and creating commitment among stakeholders in the solution of the crisis.
One of the biggest concerns of the accreditation agencies was the marked emphasis of government funds for the campus operation. Once we gained the support of the campus administrators and access to the institutional resources, we decided to work with the design and execution of a feasibility study focus on the creation of business ventures to reduce this dependency. The outcome? 5 new business ventures are in the implementation stage by our SIFE team. A university store, a child care center, the administration of the campus sports center, the food court, and all spaces available for rent. As an example, the university store by itself generated in just 4 months over $8,000 in profits.
It's been nice to see the students, staff, and community working together for a common purpose. We empower and educate our community to see beyond their realities and improve their own lives. For example, with the Aleta program this year, we developed different marketing and sales strategies, like affordable sports classes for the community that helped them raise more than $4,000. Let's see what the track and field coach has to say about our contribution.
Caramba, no sé de dónde hubiéramos llegado este año sin la colaboración de SIFE. De verdad que fue de gran utilidad en lo que a la economía se refiere de nuestro departamento. Este año vamos a tratar de darle un enfoque más empresarial a todas las actividades deportivas, de manera que puedan ser sustentables en beneficio de toda la comunidad en general, la estudiantil y al mismo tiempo el programa de estudiantes atletas.
It's clear that this venture is possible. However, to assure the long-term success of these entrepreneurial projects, our facilities need restoration, and we are taking care of that. The institution received the approval of $75,000 in non-recurring funds from our city mayor and the Puerto Rico Department of Sports and Recreation.
And even more, we observed in our analysis a high expenditure in energy costs, aggravated by the world oil crisis. Annually, our institution pays over $3 million in energy bills. That's why we created and implemented an energy SAFE program. Our goal, to provoke a decrease in the campus energy costs and eventually being considered as a green organization. The first steps were taken, and the business school is engaged to change its environment, developing the first initiatives in the campus. As one of them, we are working with Glenn International to develop an energy SAFE program for the business school that will allow the institution to save over $87,000 at the end of the fiscal year. Also, we received the support of Cleveland to embellish the building atmosphere valued more than $20,000. Now, we are working with the Chancellor to expand this initiative for the whole institution.
The institutional program is supported by a long-term plan and the duty to be achieved by the campus administrators. However, the most important aspect of this program is that we are not only creating funds, we also develop a strong sense of belonging and commitment among stakeholders. The next step, expand our program to other UPR campuses.
The Middle States Commission on Higher Education acknowledged the work of our SIFE team by saying in their report, programs such as SIFE takes the meaning of student engagement and learning to levels that demand acknowledgement. No doubt, this program effectively empowers the UPRH community to take responsible actions and incorporate solutions for their own issues.
We apply business strategy to help solve the UPR crisis, implementing business venture that this year generated more than $20,000.
Developing an energy SAFE program, which only this year projected savings of over $80,000.
Enhancing the academic atmosphere of over 4,000 individuals to develop the leaders of tomorrow.
We look beyond reality, transforming a crisis into a community network. Puerto Rico economic development atmosphere is devastated due to high inflation rates, increase in energy costs, and high unemployment rates, creating one of the biggest economic recessions in history. But if you look beyond that, you are going to see an opportunity to develop our local industries based on individuals. That's why Be Talented, our entrepreneurial program, was born to develop and reinforce the organizational and financial structure of entrepreneurs in our country. This program promotes entrepreneurship as a way for professional and personal success and create self-sufficient individuals that strengthen our economy.
First, we develop an analysis of the Puerto Rico business environment in order to identify the most relevant economic, social, and environmental needs of the entrepreneurs in our region. According to economist Maisa Rivera, in Puerto Rico, there are more than 10,000 businesses that have not been registered or have an informal business structure. Second, there's a lack of relationship within business and their communities. Third, most of the business owners have a lack of business skills, entrepreneurial vision, and environmental awareness. All of these opportunities can make them fail. So we embrace our entrepreneurs to incorporate business solutions for these issues. The results couldn't be better. This year, 75 small business owners are actively benefiting from this program, which allows them to incorporate successful strategies for profitability, social, and environmental response for their businesses. But how we achieve all of this?
After an initial interview, the team created a business profile, identifying needs and devised both short and long-term plan for business-related activities. Our consulting services are customized for each client. We divide our team in groups to be more effective. As part of the program, we design seminars and education workshops on entrepreneurial and behavioral topics aimed to develop personal and financial skills. To assess the result of our program, the SIFE member in charge of the company use financial statement, interview, bills, satisfaction surveys, among others. They submit a weekly report which helped us to take corrective action during the process. At the end of the year, the entrepreneur formally certified the scope of our intervention. Let's talk about some of our program stories.
Meet Melvin, a high school dropout, owner of Divos, a family business which serves the most amazing sandwich you will ever taste, with 3 meats, melted cheese, and a special sauce. Anyway, his main issue, a mismanagement of business resources due to his lack of business knowledge, so we educated and helped him to implement business strategies to address this issue. Thanks to a long-term agreement with the local supermarket, we reduced their production cost in more than $12,000 this year, without sacrificing quality. In addition, we substitute cans for soda machines that not only help the environment, but also produce savings of over $5,000. Now, they are using those savings in their expansion plans, which help them to improve their customer service. Thanks to our contribution, Melvin is looking forward to make Divos a franchise.
We also work with Adenine Soaps, a company whose owner Janira had given up due to her many setbacks. She has a degree in chemistry, graduated with honors, but after all, job opportunities never came. When she saw herself unable to sustain her family, she turned to her academic background and her love for nature to produce soaps for retails. Even when she was creating a great product, it was her lack of business skill that was hurting her business venture, which caused her to lose her clients and eventually got frustrated. But we asked her for an opportunity. We encouraged her to register her business, have a planning process, and create a new product reusing baby food containers, which was accepted by the market. We are happy to say that this business today has become into Adenine Bath and Body. She went from almost closing her operations to exporting her products to the United States, having an educational block, and by investing only 300 hours, she generated more than $5,000, changing her own reality and improving her quality of life and standard of living. Let's see what she has to say.
He tenido la oportunidad de recibir ayuda y asesoría por parte de los chicos de SIFE. Me motivaron a seguir hacia adelante con mi negocio cuando pensaba dejarlo atrás.
We can share more success stories. As a quick summary, this year we also worked with Los Sandwicheros, increasing their sales in just 5 months for over $19,000, expanding the operations of Feed and Fox system abroad, and reducing the use of energy in more than 15 businesses. It has been a remarkable experience to work with 75 entrepreneurs this year to be part of their success, helping them generate more than $750,000.
But we are not done yet. The environmental responsibility of our entrepreneurs needed reinforcement. In Puerto Rico, the businesses produce 1.8 million tons of waste annually. Although several cities have recycling programs, the business's participation is less than 10%. Aware of this, we decided to go further and influence the Puerto Rico public policy by submitting through a senator a state law project that it is going to require them to dispose their waste properly and make the cities responsible of the recycling process. This project reduces pollution, creating new businesses and jobs opportunities. But most important, we are educating people to be environmentally responsible, to look beyond wasted resources, and to improve the quality of life and standard of living of our island.
Be talented, produce more and better entrepreneurs.
Improving the social and environmental response of the companies.
Promoting the relations between businesses and their communities.
Creating over 100 jobs opportunities and impacting the lives of 800 individuals.
Improving their standard of living and generated over $700,000 in profits.
We look beyond the Puerto Rico economic panorama.
Sometimes we think that the meaning of poverty is on living hungry, naked, or homeless, but we don't want it. Unloved, uncared for is the greatest poverty. In Latin America and the Caribbean, more than 50% of its population live below the poverty line, affecting their standard of living and quality of life. These communities suffer from crime, illiteracy, labor exploitation, mistreatment, among others. Aware of these needs, we could not walk away. We decided to look beyond statistics to improve their standard of living and quality of life. With this in mind, we created two programs, one at national level named Be Sustainable, and our international program, Be Successful. These social enterprise programs work with marginalized communities in Puerto Rico, Latin America, and the nearby islands, helping them to succeed as individuals and improve their life conditions.
Our program is designed around 4 stages. During the first stage, we develop an assessment of the community problems in order to identify the most relevant factors that affect them. The outcome, a mismanagement of economic and environmental resources, limited services, and a complex social background, which results in a lack of opportunities for their members. Their lives and ours are very different. Even though we share a common heritage, we have grown up in different realities. So we step up to work, and for the second stage, the SIFE UPRH team members were trained to work with these communities, and we had to customize our own models and workshops for each population.
In the third stage, we developed our strategic plan in coordination with the community leaders, government, and business community. We gave seminars about personal growth and entrepreneurship. With these seminars, we increased the success skills needed for the sustainable development of their businesses and lives. In the last stage, the strategies were implemented and the goals began to transform in outcomes. For results analysis, we used questionnaires, interviews, observations, and financial reports. This information was used to improve the program and engage the communities in new plans for long-term success. More than 1,200 lives were positively impacted this year, but most important, their lives and ours changed.
In Puerto Rico, we work with a community of 10 experiencers in the city of San Juan, helping them in their reintegration process. You know that getting a job with this profile is very difficult. Even though the city hall gave them funds to start their own business, they didn't have the necessary skills to operate it. So we incorporate our entrepreneurial knowledge to support them in this process. Through workshops and consulting sessions, we help them to develop these skills. As a final test, we gave them a challenge. They had to manage one micro business for 2 months before starting one of their own. 60 days later, they generated over $5,000, but most important, they gained the experience and motivation they needed to start their own business. Today, we shouldn't look to their past. We have to see their potential to support our economy. We are proud to say that 5 of them already began their own small businesses as gardeners, tennis coach, electricians, and managing food vending carts. They are changing their own reality, improving their standard of living, and generated over $15,000. This is a happy ending, isn't it? But still, there's no happy ending for Haiti.
Devastated the Caribbean nation of Haiti. Several major buildings in the capital, Port-au-Prince, have simply collapsed.
The quake, which lasted about a minute,
Of
was
course,
felt throughout the
everybody
country. It
helped.
was the strongest to hit
For
Haiti
after
in
a year, Haiti is forgotten. For decades, they have been struggling to emerge from corruption, health crisis, poverty, and on top of all, the worst earthquake in the region in more than 200 years. Economic crisis. They don't even know what a good economy is. They don't even have the chance to live in a healthy economic environment. They're used to live among rubbles and trash. And if they are lucky, one meal a day. And for dessert, mud cookies. But we decided to look beyond rubbles, through their eyes, to give them a taste of success. To work, we used what they had, trash. And in coordination with Alive, we organized community leaders and taught them how to create and manage a business. Together, we created canlets, a bracelet made out of cans, papers, bags, aluminum pipes, and a touch of creativity. You had to be there to see these communities engaging in this learning experience to change their lives.
To assure the long-term success of the program, we developed a strategic plan. Thanks to this effort, for each new initiative, a support group is assigned. Now, 4 communities in Haiti with more than 700 people each one began their micro-businesses, managed by their community leaders. They produce their own collections, and they are sold in the project webpage, local stores in Puerto Rico, and among visitors and volunteers there. The economic and personal growth, it's evident, and Canlet seems to be a key for the development of these communities. In just 5 months of formal operation, they generate more than $7,000. All the money generated from these sales is reinvested in the development of these micro-businesses and to solve the economic need of the community. We want to share with you what Canlet has meant to Peterson.
Most of the time, people pass by Alpha to take pictures and offer their prayers, but I wished for more. I wished for a change, especially after the earthquake that left us with nothing. I felt like an empty can that no one looks for the potential in it. But you guys looked through that nothing and transformed our lives forever. You taught us just to see opportunity.
For us, Haiti is not poverty. It's a fertile ground for development.
As a final point in our presentation, we assure of our sustainability, achieving a diverse recruitment, media exposure, institutional and BAB support, and financial strength, which results in more than $2 million back to our economy. Our results are audited and backed up by our accounting system, ensuring transparency and team and projects sustainability.
It has been definitely a year of changes, new ideas, to evolve as a team.
To grow, to go beyond.
To see opportunities instead of weaknesses.
To see the potential instead of what has been done.
To be part of the solution and not part of the problem.
To make a better world.
We look beyond reality. We change lives.
We are celebrating where they have taken us. We find potential in the most unexpected places.
Do you?
We are
SIFE Puerto Rico!
Thank you, SIFE Puerto Rico. Judges, you may now begin the question and answer period.
Hi. Very impressed with the revenue growth on your varied campaigns. At the start of the presentation, you spoke due to the recession about cutting your operating costs. Could you give us some examples of some difficult decisions you took?
Could you repeat your question, please?
On the operating costs you spoke about at the start of the presentation, could you give us an example of some of the costs that you cut?
Well, thank you for your question. As an example, in the building, business administration building, they had an energy bill which was a lot. It was too high. And we, with the implementation of the Energy SAFE program, we cut that number. And now we are helping the university to save over than $80,000.
But some of the operational costs that has been lowered down in our university includes academic courses, students coming from high schools and other departments, and the energy bills. Some of the buildings, the lights will have to cut up in the classes, so it was definitely a hard decision for us and also for the university.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. I just have a question on your University of Puerto Rico project. What I'd like to understand is what are your plans to ensure that the initiatives that you have in place are sustainable over the years, because at the rate things are going, the dependence on government is likely to become less and less.
Yes, we implemented these 5 business ventures because we saw the opportunity on these business ventures. For example, we used to had classes and sport classes, and we used to have a shop, and then it got off. And what we wanted to do is use these opportunities and implement these strategies, and they're going to be sustainable because we're going to use our students and we're going to incorporate them into these business ventures so they can work through the years, and this business are not going to be.
I want to add to that question of the 5 business implemented in our college. The future plan of these businesses are to implement in all the campuses of our system. We have 11 campuses in our system, but we are only one. The future plans are going to implement those strategies to all the campuses in our system.
You've clearly done a brilliant job at motivating businesses that are struggling and people are finding it tough. You told us wonderful positive stories. Are there any negative stories where people just didn't make it, and if so, what's the big reason?
Well, thank you for your question. We work with these 75 small business owners, but they're not also successful. And because some of them didn't know how to implement those strategies, but we are very compromised with them, so we're going to continue to work with them and find new strategies that they are comfortable with and they are capable of implementing in their business so they could grow as much as the others.
It doesn't matter if we have a small business that has a negative problem or did not reach the goals. We're not going to give up them. We're going to still try next year to have them successfully as we want and as the entrepreneurs want.
On the Haiti project, you mentioned that you're transforming the waste, that is the bottles and so on.
Yes.
Now, I saw pieces of rings and so on. Now, what do you transform them into, and what are they used for? You know, because they are sold, I take it.
The canlet?
Yes, the cannets, right?
About the
Yes,
bracelet.
that's
Okay,
right.
these are cans. They are made from cans, papers, bags, aluminum pipes. So we created into bracelet. We have rings too and bracelet, and they're gonna continue to expand their creativity and make some more things.
What we do is we take a can and we cut it in half, and the half we made it like this form. Then the other half we use it to close the can lid, and all the sharp places are folded inside, and then we polish the cans. So we use the entire can and the bottles for these bracelets.
And are they sold?
Yes.
Yes. At a cost of $10.
The cost of the canlets is $10 because 5 of the dollars are the giving up to the community to buy some materials that is the external part of the canlet. The other 50% are going to a life organization to expand these programs to other communities in the Caribbean. The next year we are planning to implement these canlet strategies like islands, like Barbados, Dominican Republic, and Jamaica. So the future plan of this project are to expand.
Your time has expired. Judges, please join me in thanking the University of Puerto Rico Hamacao SIFE team from Puerto Rico.